Hey, it's Jennifer. Today I want to talk about wrist pain in the front rack position. So a lot of people tell me that they don't like doing front squats or other movements where you're in front rack position because it bothers their wrists, which you could see how that might do that. So I want to talk about why actually in a lot of cases the issue is the shoulder, and if you can clear up some shoulder mobility issues, then your wrists will feel better in the front rack position. So in your front rack, you should have your hands slightly outside your elbows from this view, and then from the side you want your arms up like as high as you can get them. So you should kind of feel like you're choking yourself. It's extra hard if you don't actually have a weighted barbell. So with this light dowel, it's gonna be hard for me to like really show you. But if your arms can't get up this high, what happens when those elbows drop down is now your wrist is getting bent at a pretty extreme angle, and with some load on there, that's really gonna be uncomfortable. So if this is the mobility restriction, there's a couple things that you can do. One is work on your lats. So you can take a ball on the wall to this area and kind of roll up and down, or same thing on the foam roller. I like using a dowel, putting one hand over the other and kind of opening up this way. You can swing it to the side, get a nice stretch in there, and then the other side. So those are all nice things to do before you do something working in a front rack position. You can also work on a lat lengthener exercise, which looks like this. You take 2 weights or a barbell, lie on the end of a surface. Actually, let me change this so you can see it a little bit more. There we go. You're gonna start with your arms up, knees bent, slowly lower overhead. Feel how you have to work a little bit, but also getting some length in that lat area, and then bend your arms to get back to the starting position. So 2 sets of 7 to 10 reps there. I find that for most people, like 5 pounds is great. This isn't something where you need to get super heavy. We're just really working on the length of that muscle there. So that can help open up your lats so you can get up a little bit better. If you're limited in external rotation, which is this motion, or if you're in front, this motion, like if you don't have a lot of motion there, you can do a couple things. So mobility wise, take your lacrosse ball like so, lie on the ground, kind of put the ball right where your arm joins your upper back there, and rotate your arm up and down like so. You might have to wiggle around to kind of find a good spot. You'll know it when you're on it. Mine's pretty tender at least, and if yours isn't, then maybe that one isn't one you need to do. So lacrosse ball to kind of rotator cuff area, and then if you can get to vertical here, then take a weight, find yourself someplace where you're supported. And work on rotating up this way, and you can let it go just a little bit past that vertical. So I'm like here and getting a nice stretch, and then coming down and controlling. Again, with elbow supported on something like a dresser, or sit down and use a coffee table or a table or something. If you're not quite to vertical here, Something that might feel better for you is to go on the floor and use a lightweight. So this is 5, this is probably a little excessive, and just let that weight kind of help you and work you as you get closer to the floor. So don't go into any extreme discomfort, but just let it help you feel a nice stretch there. Okay, so a few ways to work mobility of your lat, which is going to help you get your elbows up, and external rotation, which is going to help you kind of get into this like wrist outside your elbow position to make a more comfortable front rack for your shoulders, which in turn should feel better on your wrists. So let us know if you have any questions. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.